Yo guys, welcome back to another video today. I'm trying something different, doing a standing video. Haven't done one of these in quite a while. But today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for the rest of the year. This is something I'm obviously new to, getting back into the groove of reading. And I've never really ever had a TBR or even known what that was until I became a part of BookTube and realized what that meant. So that's something that I do want to start doing, is having a set of what I do want to read for the year or for even the month. So yeah, this is kind of what that video is, just talking about everything that I do plan to read the rest of the year moving forward. It is the beginning of August, so between August and December, or through December of 2023. And I do want to preface that I understand that with reading goals and TBRs and reading challenges and stuff like that, especially on BookTube, there's a lot of controversy around that. A lot of people think that, having a goal of a certain amount of books or talking about how many books that you've read throughout the year is kind of toxic, which I don't really understand. I just always live by, read books for you. Don't let other people influence your experience reading, at least negatively. So I don't really understand the whole argument, but I know that it's a thing and I'm aware of it. But me personally, I'm just not the quickest reader, I guess. I'd say that my reading speed is moderate, but I don't get a lot of reading in all the time, so I make my way through books slower than a lot of other booktubers here on the platform. Just for example, I had set like a reading goal on Goodreads for like my goal for the year of books, and I set it at 15. I know there's people who put it at like 100 or 50 books even. Mine was 15, and I'm gonna try to breach that, but yeah, I started in March, so I already got a little bit of a late start, but 15 is my goal for the year. At least that's what I put on Goodreads. And I just kind of want to mention that here at the beginning of the video. I'm not trying to flex reading or promote toxicity or anything like that. I am just talking about what I plan to read. So I suppose the first book I should probably mention is, of course, Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. Been talking about John Gwynne non-stop lately, it seems. But yeah, this is a book club that I'm doing for my community, as well as anybody else in the BookTube community who wants in. Links will be in the description below if you want to join the Discord, all that. But yeah, Hunger of the Gods, something I'm highly anticipating, of course, after reading Shadow of the Gods. I posted my review recently, so check that out as well. So I should be getting into this early this month, actually in the next week or so. I did take a break from reading for just a little bit, in just a couple of weeks, just anything. So getting back into reading, starting with Hunger of the Gods, and I should hopefully be finishing this sometime in September. One of the big things I also wanted to read this year and get through further is, of course, Saxon Tales by Bernard Cornwell. I read the first 6 books, so I have to continue with book 7 here, The Pagan Lord. I'm really looking forward to finishing this series. There is 13 books. They're not long books at all, so it's not like Wheel of Time, but it's still 13 entries in the series. This, of course, like I said, being 7. I never really thought that I'd ever get that far in the series, to be honest, but I am. And I want to at least read 1 or 2 more of these this year. Just in between books, I guess, or, if I'm waiting on others to read for the book club and I don't have anything else to read at the moment, I'll pick this up or something like that. Pagan Lord, this is definitely one I at least want to read this year, if not the next one or even the one after that. Book 7 of Saxon Tales. Before I move on completely, I do want to say that with Saxon Tales, I think one of my big goals is to actually finish the series next year and do like a full series review. I already did sort of a Saxon Tales review on my older channel, so That's actually a unlisted video now. You can check it out in a playlist on this channel. So if you want to check that out. But yeah, I plan on finishing the series, my big goal, next year. Next up is probably the next monster that I'm going to tackle here on the channel. That being, of course, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I mentioned on the channel that I am going to be doing this as a book club for my community as well. That one will be coming after the Hunger of the Gods one, starting in sometime in the fall, probably October. So be expecting that as well. So yeah, I don't know if I'll end up getting to another Stormlight Archive book this year. We'll see if we end up doing Words of Radiance this year as well. But I know we're at least going to do Way of Kings, and if not Words of Radiance, then something else. But yeah, Words of Radiance as well as the rest of the Stormlight Archive, I do plan on reading and finishing next year as well. You know, trying to get caught up before the release of Stormlight 5. And one of the last things I did want to talk about is a series that I'm really interested in, and that is Red Rising. Now, recently we just had the release of Book 6, Lightbringer. I happen to own the first trilogy, so Red Rising, Golden Sun, and Morning Star. You guys will see these two in my upcoming haul at the end of the month. So yeah, one of those was actually a gift from my girlfriend, which was amazing. Red Rising is just a series that I've been looking forward to since I heard about it. Now I understand that the first book probably is the weakest in the series, but it is quite short, so I'm sure that I'd be able to just breeze through at least this first trilogy. So I at least want to get through this first book this by the end of the year, in between books or whatever, maybe even for another book club, who knows. But yeah, I also, if I'm able to, want to get through Golden Sun and Morning Star this year, and just to, you know, round out that first trilogy. And so yeah, that's really everything that I wanted to read this year that I find to be a priority. Red Rising I want to start, obviously Hunger of the Gods and Stormlight. Now next year there are some other things I am going to want to get to, which I know here in a month or so they're re-releasing Sun Eater in those paperbacks. So my god, I know later next month they are going to be re-releasing Sun Eater in the paperbacks, so that is going to be something I'm definitely going to want to read next year. There's also the fact that I haven't finished A Song of Ice and Fire yet. I still have books 4 and 5 to read. I've been putting it off for so long. I may even read it this year. It's just not really a priority for me, I feel like, but I know that I need to get it done. It's just been really intimidating to go back to, just because it's been so long since I've read book 3. It's just kind of, I don't know. I just find it a little intimidating to get back into such a big series like that. Not really big series, there's only 5 books, but dense series. And next year, of course, I'm gonna, like I said, want to finish Stormlight. So I'm gonna have quite a bit to read next year, finishing off Saxon Tales, Stormlight, hopefully A Song of Ice and Fire, starting Sun Eater, and also hopefully finishing Red Rising, that whole series, or at least what's out of it. So yeah, not to mention, this completely escaped my mind, but for this year, we also have the Sanderson Secret Projects. So, Secret Project 3 coming out physically, just like the trad published editions. Secret Project 3 coming out in October. That's also going to be a priority read for me, just because I read them as soon as I get them, pretty much. I don't know when Secret Project 4 is supposed to be traditionally published, but I'll get to that when I do as well. And also, I completely forgot, in September, we also have the new Percy Jackson book, which I know that one's going to fly under the radar a little bit, maybe. Maybe it's old news, I don't know. But if you guys watched my reviewing series I read when I was younger video, you know that that's a pretty important series to me. So I am definitely going to be reading that and probably reviewing it on the channel too. So yeah, there are a few other things this year that are coming out that I just completely forgot about, but throw those into the mix too. Long story short, there's just a lot of books that I need to read that I haven't gotten to yet, and since I'm so new to this, I'm going to need your guys' help. So be sure to join the Discord or even drop some comments down below. Help me out. Series to recommend, how to really get into the groove of tackling and completing your TBR. That's something that I could really use some work on. So any help I can get with that would be amazing. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say today. I know it's a bit of a random video, but as a booktuber now, I figured it was necessary. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and if you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.